Good evening, everyone. Starting on, just figured I'd open it up and a minute or two early since I'm ready. I sent you that email, KJ. I got your package for my daughter. She will absolutely love it. I'm certain of that. I did add two new ones, Mountain Dew Zero, just regular, and Starry Zero. I picked those up that I didn't have, so those are two new choices. Welcome, Coin Cody. It looks like you were first, you said. Jim Thompson, greetings from the Outer Banks of North Carolina. KJ, we got VMC. So far that's it, but like I said, started a bit early. We've got Michael Erickson's box tonight. I do have openings for Thursday on. I haven't finished the AFSP, but we'll have to figure that one out when I get a hold of them. So there you go. I do have nickel boxes available. So we're already starting off with dates. That's awesome. Michael Erickson has got Pepsi Zero Cherry in 1919. Jim Thompson, Dr. Pepper Cream Soda in 1936. KJ's Black Cherry Fresca, 39. New Marshall, Dr. Pepper Black Cherry, 35. That's a text from my mom. Let me check that real quick. All right. Coin Cody, Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero, 39. VMC Dew Zero, 39. Wild is Pepsi Zero Cherry. Did you have a year you wanted to guess, Wild? I didn't see one if you did. Keith M is Fresca Peach, 38. Finished penny box, 30 Wheaties. Started a new box of 1 wheat and 1 leafy so far. Awesome. Wild says 1927. All right, let's see, anything else? So while we're still getting everybody in, I'll just start getting the coins out. You wanted the nickel pack, I assume, Michael, unless you want the penny pack. First one on top is kind of ugly, so let's get a different one. That one's better. B. Dringer, welcome. Black Cherry 36. Either one. I've got both of them out, both pennies and nickels. So If you do want a penny pack, let me know. I'm just going to get the nickel ones out first. So because that was an ugly one, I'm switching it out with a better one, 1945, out of Philly. Nickel's fine, okay. Get a couple buffaloes here. Hopefully we'll get a couple different dates. I do give different ones. Let's see what we got. That one looks to be polished, so let's get a different one that's not polished looking. There we go. This one is a 1935 out of Denver. If it'll focus. Probably not. And the other one is a 1936 out of Philly. Let's get a V-nickel here. That one's a little bit slicker than that, so let's get a better one. There we go. Got a 1907 V-nickel. As you can see, that one was a little bit more slick, so I'd rather give one that is more average than that. For the AU War nickel, it is a 43 out of Philly. Pretty nice one there. Once I get this coin pack together for Michael, I'll get the rest of the dates and drinks, because I know I kind of paused there to do that. And then you're getting a pen, a bottle cap keychain opener, and a DHC vinyl sticker. That is what you get for donating for a box. Are Buffalo V-nickels hard to find? It depends. The other night we found 3 in one box. When you get a chance in the show, what is the best way to open a roll? I'm just starting on rolls, and you make it look really easy. Everybody kind of has their own different way, but I'll show you a few different ways that people I tend to do. So we do have the wheel of names that we're guessing. The drinks that I have in my fridge, I do have one out, so I can't cheat. These are the drinks that I have cold in my fridge, so you choose what you think I am drinking. If you are correct, you get your name on the wheel of names. That is throughout the night, so if you are not here at the end, that is okay. You just have to send me an email, so you have to watch the end part at least. And also we're guessing the oldest year in the box, so if you get the oldest year or closest to it, you also get your name on that wheel. So if you don't have those, get those in. The V-nickels are hard to find. Buffalo nickels are a little easier. Like I said, I found 3 in one box the other night, but the other box didn't have any Buffalo nickels. I probably average 1 Buffalo for every 3 to 4 boxes. So it just kind of depends on what it is. I use my Walker magnet screwdriver to pop the ends open and lay the pennies out. Yep. My kids have theirs. I don't know what happened to mine. All I can see is 1 right now, so maybe it got dropped in my box and thrown out, who knows? But we still got the 1 sitting there. Walker Magnet found an awesome 1918 over 7 on his stream one night, and sent that off to get graded. I doubt it's come back. It usually takes a little while, but they were thinking if it's a grade of an 8, it would be like $1,000-something coin. So very good. So if you want to get your guess of the drink and year, you're welcome to. We'll get that going here in just a minute. We'll do like giveaways at 25 likes. If we get to 50, we'll do a 50 like giveaway. Haven't had one of those yet, but I've only been streaming about 6 weeks, live streaming anyway. So Foster's Fine says Bark 0. Awesome. Hey, Shellbell. Anybody else want to get in on the guessing? You're welcome to. You do not have to be present to win at the end of the night. Mark Lester Sprite 0 with the 37. Sir Frogman says 32. Hopefully I can make it back before the end. I need to get groceries. I've been procrastinating all day. Yep, not a problem. Like I said, the wheel of names, you do not have to be present to win. You just have to send me an email within a week if you do win. So you'll have to go back and at least watch the last little bit of the stream after the live stream ends if you didn't make it. But the wheel of names, you do not have to be present to win. So the other gauze, the like 25 likes, the end of stream, that sort of thing, we do. That is one that you are present to win. I do have the bounty, so if you get a V nickel, a buffalo nickel, and a war nickel in one box, I give you a V nickel or a shield nickel. They're not the greatest ones, but that is an option if you happen to hit that. Anybody else getting drinks in? I'm going to close that here in just a second. You can still get the years in until I open that box. Okay. Sir Frogman says Mountain Dew 0. Okay. Chubel Pepsi 0 Cherry. Hey, welcome KCB. Bark 0 36. And I do have Michael Erickson gets a name already on the wheel because it is his box. So the donator gets their name automatically on the wheel. Okay. So the drink that I have tonight is one of the other ones I picked up. It is Starry Zero. It's Pepsi, used to be Sierra Mist, I think it was. Something like that. Anyway, they changed it to Starry Zero. Tastes about the same as usual. If you haven't got a year in, you can throw it up there real quick. I'm still opening up the box, so you still have a few seconds. Phosphorus fine says 41. Hey, Garrett Christensen. I assume it's Christensen. I have seen Christiansen also. Shellbell, did you want to get a year in? I didn't see if you got one. I might have missed it. Hey, Scott. We do have games that you can play throughout the night. I start everybody off with 3 million. So let me see if there's anybody in here that does. It looks like Garrett doesn't. And I'm moving it up to 3 million instead of 2 because I raised the amount that you can bet. So now everybody should have that. A moderator can add those if you run out. Shovel says 45. Oh, VMC, you've already hit the 3 alien jackpot. Very nice. Let's see if we have anything good. I'm not seeing any buffalo, and I do see a buffalo, but it's not the right kind. It's an 09 or 05. Some pretty good older looking ones also. Yeah, it's one of those things that you would think that they would be able to tag it. I mean, I use a Android Google phone, and I had to go grab my knife. I was opening some halves last night, and I had 2 good boxes so far, which is kind of amazing because I've been really crappy on my boxes. But I had one box had 2 Sammys in it, a 90 and a 40 on each of them. Hey, Isaiah Moses, welcome. Yeah, that is my dad's knife, Winchester. When he died, I, going through everything, just threw it in a box and stuff, and then when I was going through it all, saw that, and that's what I always use to open those. So a few ways you can do it, like if you have a screwdriver, you can come in and kind of pop the ends open like that. I can't remember who was asking, but that is one way of doing it, and then you just unwrap it. I'll show you the way that I do it here also in a minute. We do have the guessing game, so if you see the box go up, that means we are guessing years. And if you are the closest, you get your name on the wheel. I myself just prefer to shove the knife through the side and rip the ends off without damaging the coin. If it's one that looks like it might be older, I do be careful I don't just shove it in there. Going through looking for 2009, 2024s. Those are low mintage runs. Let's make sure everybody's got points. Yep. Pull out any 64 for D over Ds. Anything from the 50s or older. Yeah, I think if you can't remember if first person I find that actually pulls out the 2024s. Our 2025 D nickels worth much? I just found 3 rolls of them. Not much. I have 2 boxes sitting here. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do with them. Right now, I'm just going to kind of hold them off to the side, but there's a ton of 2025s. You send the 2024s back if not perfect. I keep them out. Sometimes they're good to throw in like giveaway pack, things like that. Not worth a ton, but You never know. Whoops. So the way I do it is I just take my knife and I go through right through the side there and then rip up. And I usually do it right where this seam is, where the edge of the paper is. I just go through right there and rip it off. So that is how I do it. Some people also, not going to really show it, but they just open up the sides with a screwdriver and then unwrap it. That's not my way of doing it, but everybody has their own way. I would just say, please don't take the roll and smash it against the side, because if you have a nice clean in there, you can dent it up, and then you're ruining some of the value, if it's a very nice one. Can't get Scott. I show Scott has points. Let me just double check here. Scott, if you do exclamation points, see what it says your points are while I look for you. I know that's done that on a few people where it's unable to find, but then I can see them on my list, so. Just looking for Scott's name. It doesn't do it. I wish you could do it alphabetically, but it doesn't. Let you do by the points and the hours watched. But exclamation points should show you how many you have. I know that and sign is kind of throwing some people's around. Is it Scott, you said? Scott, I show you have 2,001,200 points. Points are just for playing the slots and gambling. It's not real money or anything. It's just you can see the stuff that people are doing, like the slots. Just a little kind of a game you can play while you're sitting there. Instead of just watching chat, you can play games. There is slots. There is gamble. There is adventure, whatever that's called. And there's also duel. Nope, you're good. It's one of those things I don't mind questions at all. I also look on the 75s. There's a high D and the low D. The high D is the one that you want to find. It is very hard. It was misplaced, and basically it was put between Jefferson, if it'll focus here, I doubt it. So kind of between his ponytail and the 5, it's basically right there, whereas normally it's down here underneath. So that is what we look for on 75 Denvers. I do have like little cheat sheets that I kind of made up that shows like the key dates, semi-key dates, and also some of the varieties, so the year and what you're looking for. So I've kind of made those up. Just sometimes when you're going through them, it's hard to remember all of them sometimes. Hey, Garrett got 3 eyeballs. We've had a few of them tonight. Had 2 aliens to start the night off. So like with VMC, trying to get a crew together, so you just do exclamation heist, a space, and the amount of coins that you want to bet. If you do put all, it only lets you do the maximum that is allowed, which I think is 100,000 or something. So if you do put all, don't worry that you'll lose them all. Plus, I'll give you more if you need them. Or like Michael Erickson, can add them. He's a moderator. The ones in blue are moderators. Those guys I have known from other channels. They help out a lot. When we do our guessing game, they help out with keeping track of the guessing, starting and ending, that sort of thing. And then sometimes I will completely forget to look and see who won, and they'll remind me. So it's very good to have moderators. I'm a moderator on a couple channels. You can see I've got Pause Spare Time Matt. Pause helped me out tremendously in my stuff. I started doing coin recaps where I'd hunt a box and then just kind of show the finds and what they were. And he helped me kind of start getting on that when I was thinking about it. And then my channel kind of blew up in July. I had a bunch of shorts that, to me, I would consider them viral. Most people, they probably wouldn't. But I had a few shorts that one of them got like, between the 3 of them, I think there was 40,000 views in just a couple days or week. Can't remember. Is it hard to get boxes where you are? I cannot get penny boxes. My banks are able to get me usually nickel and dimes, no problem. Quarters, usually I can get. My one bank I do get halves from. They order me 4 every other week because they only get shipment every 2 weeks. But yeah. But anyway, I had a couple videos that just kind of exploded for me anyway. And I went from having like, I think it was about 600 subs to like 2,300 or something like that within a matter of a month. And I told myself if I got to 1,000 subs, I would start looking at getting a new computer, because the one I had was from when I did my MBA, and I finished that back in 2015, and it was not able to handle streaming. Yeah, mine had told me we're not going to be able to get them. We can still try to order them, but they said if you order them, 99.9% chance you will not get them. So if I come across one, that'd be great. But right now, I'm able to get at least 2 boxes of nickels a week. So I do have openings starting Thursday. I do have an opening then. But since I hit my 1,000, like basically within a week, and it just kept going up, I finally told myself, well, I can't keep putting it off. And I told myself if I'd get 1,000, I'd start looking. So I got myself a computer. I think it's a pretty decent one. Didn't cost millions of dollars or anything, but it's an i9 12,000 processor. It's not the ones that have problems. I think the 13th and 14th gen are the ones with problems. So the 12 is the one that everyone likes. 1 terabyte SSD. 32 gigs of RAM, max, I think it maxes out at like 5.1 gigahertz processor, like if all the cores are running and everything. That part I'm not exactly familiar with. I'm not a super huge computer guy. I know how to get around them, but I can't remember what all that stuff like stands for and everything. I'm sure you guys have seen, but I redid my giveaway rounds. So now they're numbered. The top row is the front, the second row is the back of it, and then it goes down through all the different ones that you have to choose from. So if you win, you can email me and say, can I get a copy of that? I will send you a copy, and you can look at it more closely. As long as I have it, you can get it. Some of them I have duplicates of, some of them I do not. So far, this box has kind of started off slow. Copper rounds, yep, 1 ounce copper rounds. One of them's a rectangle. Trade a box for box. If not, I've still got 18 full boxes and hunting the 19th box. One time I got 2 boxes of brand new 2023 nickels. So I went to my other bank and said, do you have circulated ones? I'll trade you. And they said, okay. So they brought out 2 circulated boxes, and I gave them mine. They were all unopened. I do have, that's just a kind of a screenshot of it. If you blow it up, it gets a little bit blurry, but I do have it in a Word document that I kind of built it in, and I have it so it's uneditable, but you can, that one's a lot clearer because it's the actual pictures. Well, it says I got mine Saturday and love it. I just sent 4 of them out today. I do have BH ringers I'm going to be sending out tomorrow. I'm just looking for 2005 Pacific Ocean View, or Philadelphia Ocean View. I know we've gone through them, but we didn't get one pulled out. So hopefully we'll find one in one of these. We now have our oldest one at a 1961. It's not super old yet. Usually we come across at least some in the 40s and 50s. Sometimes we find them in 38s and 39s. If we don't find buffaloes, there's still those ones in the 30s that are non-buffalo. Oh, probably. I didn't think about that. We're open at the hospital, so I didn't even really think of that. I have rolls of all 4 types of 04 and 5s. I'm just going to go to the scope to see which one this is. Sometimes those P's and D's look a little bit. Yep, there we go. 2005 Philadelphia. I think that's the one we needed. I'll double check. I was cut off when they made the announcement. So yeah, because we're open at the hospital, I didn't even think about not being open or anything. Hey, Jimmy Lacari, welcome. We're on roll 7, almost finishing it up, and so far there has not been any finds. We do have our first 1964 Denver. Like I said, I pull those out and we look for D over D's. Sometimes if it's like that might be one, I flip it up and send it, and that way you can kind of do it on your own research if it's one that's not definite note. I think it was last week, it was on a Tuesday or something, we popped too late to guess. Yeah, unfortunately, we're already, I mean, I guess you could, I'll let you in. You know, it has to be We haven't found anything old yet, so. But usually because the box has been opened, that's when I cut it off. Because sometimes you might have a old one just at the top. But we try to make it fair. Yeah, exactly. If I mess up, sometimes I'll put someone on the wheel, like when we do the year, and then someone will be like, no, this person was closer, or I'll put that person on also. I don't take the other one off. I'm not going to punish them for my mistake. So, got hung up, not hung up, but didn't get home when I thought I was. I was supposed to stop at my mom's, and she had some stuff for me, and I forgot to pick it up, so I'll just go over after the stream ends. Michael, do you need any 2025s? If you need 2025s, let me know. I'll send that to you. Some people need them for their book. Some people haven't found them. So, no? Okay. Just figured out an offer just since, you know, it's a box hunt. And some people are always looking for certain ones. And on some of those new ones, they're kind of hard to come by sometimes to start with. I've been finding them 2025s, quite a few lately, it seems. Same thing with my $50. Yeah, I've only started finding them in the last about month. 2024s, I didn't find my first 2024 until I think it was April or something like that of this year. So wherever they're coming from, they don't get circulated around much. I'd do anything for no more 2025 nickels. Like I said, I've got a couple boxes, but I'm probably just going to kind of stick them there and forget about them. And I mean, the worst they do is stay worth $200. Lose a few cents in interest. The ones you don't keep, do you return to the bank? Yep. And for me, what I do is I have a canvas bag, and I can fit about 2 boxes of $50 in one bag, so about 50 pounds worth of coins, because a box of $50 is roughly 25 pounds. And I will fill those up, and then I take them to my bank. I've got a couple new things in. Got some koozies with my logo on it. I only picked up a few, but it was just kind of to test them. And the other one is the canvas bags that I use are like this, but I got a few with my logo on it. These are like 13 by 15 bags. Pretty decent weight to it. So I picked up a few in case, because sometimes I get delayed before I can get to the bank and I'll be out of bags, and so I start putting them in boxes, and then it gets crazy. So I figured get a few extra bags. I have been finding quite a few 2025s lately. I just do not want 2024s. Last year I got 26 straight boxes before I finally got a circulated one. This year I did get a total of I got 10 boxes. Because a couple pickups ago I had 4 that were 2024s. So this year I've only gotten 10, and they haven't been straight in a row, luckily. But yeah, I picked up had a couple bags made, and I'll have to use them out, or use them up. Yeah. When I got the one box and they were both new, I was thinking it was 23s, and so I kind of looked through the end and it was 25s. I was like, oh. If you came in late, my drink of the night is Starry. It's a new one on my list. I picked it up. I find 23s a ton. Alright, so this is what we do when we have an older one. I put the box up. KJ usually puts up the year guess. You throw in the year that you think it is. And if you're right, you get your name on the wheel. 56, 53, 54, 58. 10 rolls down, and we have not found anything so far, unfortunately. And if it's an absolute horrible box where we don't find anything, and haven't had that happen yet. One night I thought we were going to, but it finally picked up in the last half. We got 60, 52, 54. Usually go through a roll of the coins. And when I'm done with that roll, we end the guessing. So right now you got half a roll left, so get your guess in if you want. We do finally have a second one to guess now also. Got about 10 coins left. So basically, as soon as, yeah, it's one guess for each round. So if you made an accidental guess, like say you accidentally put 97, you meant 57, just remove your 97 and put your new one in. So if you need to get that in, get your final guesses in, give about 10 more seconds. And when I see those hands go up, we'll flip it and look. Michael Erickson says, and it is a 1959. I think it's a 5 anyway. Yep, 1959 out of Philly. So that is our oldest so far. We do have our second one that I pulled out of that box, or that roll. This is a New Year guess. So as you can see, KJ puts year guess, and that means anything under that is where we start looking for the years. So if you had a guess before that, you can now enter for a new guess. Oh, I got to put that name on the board. Crap, forgot about that. 59, who did we have? Let's go through. 56 out of 58 for New Marshall. That's on 58. And Coin Cody was on the other side, 60. So either way, up or down. So in that case, since it was 59, if you were 58 and 60, you each win. So And I am on live chat, not top chat. I remembered to do that at the beginning. There's another one that we can pull out. It's your first 2009. So there you go on that. You got a 2009 now. I know some people don't keep, like, if they're not nice or anything, but if you are on my channel and you're getting a box, I pull all 2009s and 2024s. (2009s) were a very low mintage. There was only about 35 million of each mint of the Denver and San Francisco, or Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia had like 30 million or 35 million, and Denver had 30 million. Usually you're looking at way higher numbers, like 100,000 or 100 million, that sort of thing. So the same thing with 2024s. They were also very low mintage, about the same thing, about 35 million or so. It's always good if you're not sure why we're doing something like that. Okay, I've got that roll finished. So I'll pop the ends, and as soon as I see those signs go up, we will flip. Thank you, Michael. So this has a Denver mint mark, and it is a 46. Yep, 46. Very slickish. So that's our new oldest, is the 40s. So who do we get? Anybody get it on exact? Let's see. I see 47. Oh, Jimmy Licari got 46 exact. Anybody besides Jimmy? I'm not seeing. It's one of those things that if you're not sure, for example, when you asked why the 2009s, the moderators, they'll either jump in, or if I see it, I'll say it. Sometimes you'll get them kind of doubled from both of us. But it's always good to ask questions. That's how you learn. That's what the channel is for, is to have a little fun while we search. Maybe learn a few things if you are newer. Try to get some of the younger crowd in. Like my son and daughter, they like hunting coins. My daughter, when she finds, usually when you're looking for pennies, you're looking for Wheaties. She likes to find leafies, the Canadians. She likes the Canadians better than wheat cents, so she is always looking for those ones. Might be a little behind, Mark. That one box, I can't remember, I think it was for the anonymous donator. I didn't get find out if they wanted their name posted or not, so I just left it as the donator. But the first roll, a quarter of the way in, we popped a Buffalo, 1919. The next row, because we were averaging one Buffalo for every 10 rolls, we ended up finding 3 Buffaloes in that box. And then you get, like, Thursday, we didn't find any Buffalo. So you never know what you're going to find. Sometimes you might find all kinds of fun stuff. When I'm doing my half dollars, I usually do not find a ton of silver. I average about a 0.4 silvers per box. For me, I average I was up to 18, but I'm back down to about 16 NIFCs. That's not intended for circulation. So 1987, and then 2002 to 2020, they did not produce them for circulation for business, you know, sending banks and everything. They were for collectors. So I average a little over 16 a box. And I've seen some channels, like, you know, they'll do a box and find 4, but yet they're finding silver. So it's like, I would definitely give up my NIFCs to find silver. But the 2 boxes I did last night, because I am totally an insomniac. I take my sleeping pill and, you know, melatonin and all that, and I still didn't get to sleep until almost 2 o'clock this morning, and I took those at 7:30 on an empty stomach. Doesn't matter if it's empty or full or anything. There's a new one that I'm going to have to see and talk to the doc about. It's quite expensive though, without insurance coverage, because mine won't cover it because it's one of those new ones. It's like $400 something with one of those like Good RX or whatever. Some of those discount cards still be about $130. But if it will help me actually get to sleep, I figure I'll at least try it for a round. But I was opening, hey, you got 3 8-balls, awesome. But last night I opened it, and the first box I ended up with 2 90s and a 40, miscellaneous in my first roll, a bunch of NIFCs, and the only thing I needed was a proof and a proof and a 40. No, I found a 40. So my next box, I actually found the proof, so I ended up filling the board in the 2 boxes that I had planned on. It wasn't like, oh, I need more, I'm going to go get another box. It was like, here's 2 boxes. So I ended up with 4 90s, 2 40s, a proof, a miscellaneous, foreign, and NIFCs. Do you find proofs and rolls? I actually find if I can actually tell you, on my box finds, I haven't updated it since last night, but I average a proof every about 0.3 boxes. So about 1 in every 3. You should video it and then edit and post. I do. My video, those, I'm kind of backlogged. I've probably got about 10 videos that I need to edit. I got behind. I actually got ahead, and so I kind of slowed down on editing. And then I ran out of the videos, and I haven't gotten more done yet. I'm like, crap. So I've got one pretty much ready to go. I just got to do one of my normal thumbnail type things. And do you scan them or just know by looking? I'm looking. They are definitely like, for example, this one here is the one I found last night. It's kind of hard to tell with the glare. This one I found, well, why is that there? That's not one. But usually the background will be quite shiny. The head and that sort of thing will be frosted. I have found proof scents, both myself and for my donator hunts. I've never found a proof penny, but I found proof nickels and proof quarters and proof halves. But it's one of those things when you just kind of come across it and you're like, oh, that's got to be one. You flip it over and sure enough. All right, get your guessing out. I finally came across a new one. I don't know why sometimes I have to put both fingers there to get it to focus. But yeah, I average about 1 out of every 3 boxes I find a proof. Haven't found a ton of 64 Denvers. Finally found my 4th one. Hey, Vincent, welcome. For anybody lurking, welcome. You can lurk, I don't care. More than welcome to. I've done that where I go into a stream and I just watch and I don't say anything. I don't participate. I'll just hit the thumbs up is all. Because that doesn't cost anything to hit the thumbs up and like it. I've only put thumbs down on a few, and that was ones that were absolutely horrible ones, you know, giving super horrible advice on things or fake news. Things that have totally been debunked, and trying to pull it off as up to date and correct, and those I usually like, nope, not even watching it. Not my type of thing. I'll do that in news. Yeah, sometimes in someone I've never come across, I'll just kind of sit there and watch. We got another one that we can guess here in a second. So let's finish up that guessing round. Hey, welcome Silver Dragon. Let me see if anybody needs points. We do. We got Daryl Simons or Simmons, one of those. I'm giving you points so that you can play the games, the slots, the gamble, the things like that. If you run out. Okay, let's finish this one up and then we'll throw the other one up that I found. Oh, Mike Larson already did. But now we'll let him do. Okay. This one is a Philadelphia, and it is a $39. So if it was a 39 at Denver or San Francisco, it would have been a key date. But it is not in Denver or San Francisco. So now we have a 30s, 40s, and 50s, but we have a new one we can start guessing. Oh, who got that? Hey, Mike Erickson got it exactly on. Sweet. Sometimes you'll hear things like that, or whatever it is. I just have different alerts for different chats or different people, different ringtones. Like my kids, I let them choose their own for when they call me. That is just a group text. That doesn't apply to me tonight because my kids aren't with me. Like for activities and stuff. Our high school is got a state championship game on Saturday. They just have been dominating this year. And Saturday they go up and play for the state championship. I think we're 2A. I think there was one of the things that they're 1A, but I think most of them, if I remember right, are 2A. It's hard for me to remember because I don't have any kids in high school. And I grew up in a big school where there was 2 high schools in town in the state. It was in Wyoming. And we were on the west side, which was the oil field, the ranchers, farmers, all that sort of thing. The east side was all the kind of preppy, lawyers, doctors, that sort of thing. So they were better in like swimming and tennis. We were better in football. And every year we'd have an oil bowl between the 2 schools, us and them. We were the Natrona County Mustangs. They were the Kelly Walsh Trojans. We would hit 5, 6, 7 years in a row. They'd finally win one. Foosball. And then we'd win it another like 6, 7 times in a row, and they'd finally win. All right, let's finish that guessing up, and let's open up that roll. And we have that second one to guess also. All righty. This one was a Denver, and it is a 1959. That's a new one. New guessing. Our school actually looked like a castle. It was built in like 36 or something like that by the Army Corps of Engineers. And it's 3, and then part of it has a 4th story, and it basically looks like a castle. We had an indoor... Oh, thank you. Oh, I've been forgetting that. You said Mark was the closest. I will trust you on that. But we had a Olympic-sized indoor swimming pool. We had our main gym. We had a auxiliary gym that they did gymnastics and like stuff, you know, warm up type things. We actually had a junior ROTC for Army program, and that was in the basement. Our school actually had a rifle range at one point when they first built it, and they had gotten rid of it not a long time before I got there, but you know, within a decade or so. They had a rifle range at the school. So go figure that. But that was back when you'd go to school and everybody had rifles and handguns and stuff in their car because you'd go after work and either go hunting or shooting or camping or whatever when you got out of school. Back when you carried big pocket knives, buck knives around. All right. I can't even remember what the year was. I just remembered it was got about 10 coins left, so get your guesses in. So about 10 more seconds. And we will flip it, and I'll remember to put it on the wheel this time. Okay, Michael's throwing up hands. Not in that way. Denver Mint Mark, 1954. So another from the 50s. Who did we get? We had VMC had 54. KJ had 54. Who do we else? Anybody else? I think it was just those two. Congratulations. Don't know if the ones that were in here earlier were asking about how to open them up the best way. Like, for example, for me, I take about half of them in my hand. Some people put them on a plate. Some people just put them down and they'll go through them. I find myself just to hold them like this is a lot easier for me because I can kind of spread them out with my thumbs, find a bunch that are backwards and flip them. So, nice stone user. And for me, I just use an old cardboard box. I rip the ends off, and when I put the papers in, and when the box gets filled, I can then take it out to the dumpster and either just throw it in, or if I don't have another box at that point, I just empty it into the dumpster like I did tonight. So if someone opens up the lid and they see a couple boxes of wrappers of halves and nickels and dimes, they're probably wondering what's going on. Yeah. Like I said, we'd walk around with you know, big 4-inch buck knives that, you know, the folded they use for like go hunting and stuff. Guns in the cars and trucks. But we were also in an area that, you know, even though it's a big city in Casper, at that time it was us and Cheyenne about the same size, about 50,000 people at that point. Now Cheyenne is a little bigger, but we were about 50,000, and you think, oh, that's pretty good size. But when you consider the entire state was less than 500,000 at that point, so 1 out of every 10 people lived in that. Wyoming is the 10th largest in land area. Another 2009 for you. Not great condition, but there you go. Yeah, I was in Grand Junction. I loved it there. Now I'm in southern Utah. Very similar weather and stuff to Grand Junction. If you think Moab, kind of on the eastern part of the state, we're on the western part of the state. So it's funny when... No, you're good. It's funny when, like, if you're going to go to the airport, and now St. George has gotten a lot better in pricing, but it used to be horrendously expensive. So everybody would drive to Vegas, and there was people that were, you know, from out of town, and they were saying something about, yeah, we got to go back up to Salt Lake, and it's like, why don't you go to Vegas? They said, well, we flew in from Salt Lake. And we're like, well, why'd you fly in there? They're like, because it was Utah. And it's like, you do realize that Las Vegas is an hour and a half closer than Salt Lake, even though it's 2 states away. Well, technically, because you go into Arizona and then you go into Nevada. But, hey, Gregory won. But it was like, yeah, it is quicker to go to Vegas than it is to Salt Lake, which is in your own state. But yeah, I was in Grand Junction, Colorado. Loved it there. Like I said, I moved here back when it was a little bit later than the regular financial hit, because we were oil field, and so it took a while for, usually it takes a while for oil field to kind of catch up with economic downturns. And when it finally caught up, we went from doing loans and stuff all the time to basically no one had able to qualify because they didn't have jobs, or they tightened the lending. So they ended up letting me go, and they shut the office down. Like a month later, they shut it down. They had tried saying that basically it was my fault that I wasn't doing enough loans. Well, I was doing half the loans in the entire freaking office. There was 3 of us, and I was doing half. So they ended up shutting down the office, and so I came here to be near family until I figured out, you know, kind of what to do. I figured I would go to Vegas, Salt Lake, St. George, Phoenix, something like that. And I've ended up staying here for, I think, 15 years? No, 15 years, something like that. Didn't think I would like it as much. I do actually end up liking it. Yeah, it's a pain sometimes when you're in the middle of nowhere and it takes forever to get mail to you, and an extra day or 2 like that. It's funny, outgoing mail can go just fine, but incoming mail takes forever. Like, Pa can send stuff out the same day and people will get it, and then I don't get mine for another 2 days after that. So it's one of those that most people, you know, end up going over to St. George, kind of making a day of it, or, you know, like on a Saturday type thing. But I don't usually go over there unless it's something like with my kids, we're doing something. It's an hour and a half, and for us it's like, okay, an hour and a half. But I know there are some people that make specific trips just to go to the grocery store there or something, like in Walmart. That's the nearest one, is an hour away. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not driving an hour just to get to Walmart in either direction. And you're spending the gas to get there just to save $5 at the grocery store, I'll just spend the extra $5 and buy it here and save the gas and time. So that's what I don't get, is people make specific trips just to go over there to the grocery store or something. It's like, are you serious? Hey, Smoker, welcome. Good to see you in here. Got half a roll left, and then we'll flip it. But we can get Amazon, you know, I do Sam's Club. I get the free shipping over 50 because I'm a Plus member. For me, it's way worth it. Same thing with Amazon. All right, that roll's done. So let's finish up guesses. I'm just going to pop the ends off of this. Thank you, Michael. It is a Philly, and it is out of 1941. So I think, no, I was going to say that's not the oldest, because 39 was the oldest. So who was it? I almost forgot to do that again. Jim. Oh, is it Jim and Jimmy? Okay. So Jimmy Licari and Jim Thompson. Kind of threw me when it's like Jim. There you go. Got both of you on the wheel now. Everybody does have a chance to be on the wheel when I do the wheel draw. Anybody that is in the chat, you're welcome. At the end of the night, I'll say type wheel, W-H-E-E-L, and at that time, you type that in, I will put your name on the wheel. I think everybody in here has been in here before, but if you haven't, you do not have to be present to win. You can claim your prize later, like if you go back and watch it. Hi, Scott. Again. Little over halfway through the box. I cannot talk tonight. Although when you are opening it, you have to be careful, because sometimes I've had my hand up here too close and I've jabbed it in and gone right in my hand. Usually not too bad. It's more of just like a little puncture, not a stab wound, but I have done that. This is my drink tonight, in case if you weren't there. It is one of the new ones on my list. This week's wasn't the greatest special. It was buy two, get one free, and of course they raise the prices a little bit when it's like that. So it was $11 a 12 pack, So you get them about $7 each, a little more than I like, so I've kind of held off a bit. I usually get the buy two get two, and they're usually $8.99 for Pepsi, $9.99 for Coke. But when you're getting two of them, that cuts it down to $4.50 to $5, which isn't bad. Two grocery stores in town. I usually go to the one, it's called Honey's. The family who owns it is named Honey. It's up a bit late, but it is. How's it going? A little slow. We've got 350s, 240s, a 30, and two 2009s. And I find Honey's has the better pop selection. They have an entire wall of it. And the other one is Glazier's, and that's where I usually go for most of my other shopping, but it just depends on if I'm there already or not. But I find that Honey's does have more, like Glazier's doesn't have as much zero options. But Honey's, like for example, Glazier's, when I was in there, they had Fanta, but no Fanta Zero. But if I went to Honey's, they would have Fanta Zero. Worked for Pepsi since I got my driver's license, and you can get 24 20-ounce bottles for $10. Now, I don't work there. Not sure what to do about it. Hijack a truck. No, don't do that. Just kidding. That is not legal advice, by the way. Not a caffeine addiction, more of a carbonation. Yeah. For me, it's not so much caffeine, because I mean, I can go a week without caffeine if I want. But I do tend to like probably the carbonated. Follow a truck, wait for it to crash, then grab what you can from the road. Just cause the crash. Don't wait for it, just cause it. Wow, I'm going to get in trouble sometime. I do have a lot of the, like, Crystal Light type drinks. You know, mix it in water. Yeah, it's funny that if it's too old, it gets nasty, flat, there's no carbonation, it's not good. But there's a lot of stuff that what people call expiration is not the actual expiration date. If you notice, it's usually a sell by or use by, or I mean best by. Best by just means it's best freshness by that date. Sell by just means they have to sell it by that date. Now you do get expiration dates on, like, usually food, more of like kind of the wet foods. And those are usually expiration dates, like, you know, say on milk or whatever, you know, sometimes it'll go bad. Actually, milk you can drink if it's chunky, it doesn't make you sick. It's been pasteurized. But they've actually said that expired milk, is basically perfectly fine, although it's chunky, and most people don't want chunky milk. But it's funny when people are like, oh, it's bad, I gotta throw it out. And it's like, you do realize that's not bad. Like pasta, it doesn't really go bad. Yeah. But I've gotten, like, someone's going to throw out the couple bags of pasta or whatever, and it's like, what are you doing that for? And they're like, it's expired. I'm like, no, it isn't. They're like, yeah, it is. I'm like, well, I'll take it then. It's perfectly fine. So I get a big bag of pasta and for free. But yeah, it's funny when people mix them up. The sell by, expiration date, use by, best by. It's just like they call it canning. I call it bottling, but that stuff lasts for years. Yeah, it takes a lot for noodles to go bad. Exactly. Kind of like on cereal. I've had some cereals that you happen to find one somehow from, don't know where it got put, but it's like you find it clear in the back of your cupboard somehow, and it's like, it's a few months out a date, and sometimes it's kind of rancid flavor because of the oils in the cereals, but it's still not bad. I mean, you can eat it. Then again, Mountain Dew Voltage and Great Crush is about the only Pepsi product I'll drink anymore, but love them to death. The problem is that they never make them in zero. There was a lot of those that I would love to drink, but they don't make them in zero. One of my favorites is Mountain Dew Code Red. Very, very, very rarely do you find it in zero, even in gas stations. Supposedly there's what was it I saw? Mountain Dew Dirty Cream Soda. Supposedly gonna come out with that. And it said that if it's true, they're expecting it to basically be sold out in Utah in no time, because everybody does dirty, because of the swigs and those drink places. They started here. It's like I've been putting coconut flavoring in my Diet Dr. Pepper all the time. But now they make it sound like it's a new thing. It's like, I've been doing it for years. Fine, let me see if you're on here. I think you must have points because I'm not showing anybody that doesn't have any. Do exclamation points and it will show you how many you have. Michael Martin. Time for guesses. You have 0 points. I'm not even... Alright, let me go in and see if I can find you, because I'm not showing you, with no one not on my list. That happened one night where someone would not show up on anybody's list, even mine, and oh, there you are. I think you have to be in here for like 5 minutes or something before to let you do it. You now have 3 million points. So check it now. Because it adds like 100 points for every like 5 minutes you're in here or something like that. And I think it doesn't actually add it until you've been in that long. But you should have now 3,100,000 points. Alright, I think we'll finish up these guesses. It should be enough time because I've opened up the new roll. How do you get do? How do you get do? Well, it's out of Denver. We'll let Jim Thompson in because I haven't flipped it yet. $57, Denver. Anybody get 57? Let's go all the way back up to the top. So far it's 48, 55, 58. Well, it looks like Jim and Scott. Congratulations, guys. I was going to say, you get your name on there a couple times, and I was going to say, usually you aren't here at the end because you're having nighttime meds. Okay, time to watch So with the Ladies. Stop in if you have a good night. Y'all good luck. You too. Thanks for stopping. Appreciate it. Helps me out. Hitting that thumbs up, hopefully. I don't show that we're at 25 likes yet, so no giveaway as of yet. We'll be streaming on Thursday at 5:30 as usual. As of right now, I do have an opening. Two options are the no frill. That's where you just get the fines from the box. The other one is a guaranteed coin pack with a penny or nickel, your choice. Unfortunately, right now all I have is nickel boxes to choose from, but you can still choose the penny option pack. Penny pack gives you a Indian head, a 09 to 19 wheat cent, 2 wheat cents from the 20s, 2 from the 30s, BU 40 to 58, and a 2-cent coin. The nickel pack gives you the V nickel, 2 dated buffalo nickels, a war nickel, and almost uncirculated war nickel. Some of them are in very nice condition. There's a few, it's supposed to be average condition, but some of them are not average when you pull them out. Some of them will be supposed to be AU, and it's like, dude, this has got to be a BU. Or it's like, that is not an AU. If it is, it's very, very low. Hopefully no one saw that date. If you did, then I guess you can cheat. Usually it's far enough away that it doesn't focus on the coin by the time you get there. Exclamation email. It is dadhuntscoins@gmail.com. Anybody can throw that in. Same thing with your channel link. If you provide content and want someone to subscribe to you, hit exclamation ME, exclamation me, and that will throw your channel up there so people can click on the link and go visit it. Just like BMC did. It is free to do. It does not cost you anything. We got a second one to choose from, so I've got half a roll left, so get your guesses in. Actually, I got 2 to guess now. Got about 5 coins. Let me see the stop signs. We will flip it. I'm done with that roll. This first one is a 1941 out of Philly. Second guess, new one. It's crazy, there was 3 to guess in that roll. Oh, yes. I forgot. Thank you. Who was it again? Michael? I'll go through this half a roll, and then we'll flip it. So you got about 10 coins left. Okay. Give you about 5 seconds to get that in. Mike will flip the hands up, and we'll flip it. This one here, it's a Denver. It is out of 54. And there's a new one. So we had Garrett, looks like 54 exact. Good job. And sometimes it's always good to click on the person's link, because I have had YouTube unsubscribe me from people's channels randomly. And same thing with me. Someone's like, I don't know how I got unsubscribed from you. And it's like, YouTube does that. I don't know why. So I do like to go in and double check usually, unless I absolutely know. You know, if I have already seen their stuff that day or in the last couple days or whatever. I'll open this roll, so give you about 10 seconds to get the rest of the likes in. And we got a 29 likes, it looks like someone said. Chris Helms has 29. And I do show that we have 28. Mine usually fluctuates back and forth. Okay, this one is a Denver, and it is out of 58. And then we see at least one right there. Jimmy Lucari got 58. Anybody else get 58? KJ. KJ and Jimmy. Exclamation GAW. The XP, like the top fan things, is like depending on how much you chat. Like in some channels, if you do a super chat or something, it'll boost you by that many points. I'm not able to do the super chat, so the only way you could do that is send it direct, but I don't have super chat yet. But it's just like a lot of times you'll see the cloud bot with like #1, because like on this it's putting thanks for entering, be sure you claim a prize, thanks for entering, be sure you claim a prize, that sort of thing. So this is going to be for one of those. The top row is the front, second row is the back. Number 10 would be the top row, and then the back. 20 is the top row, and then the back, that sort of thing. So if you win, you can email me and just say, can I get a copy of that? And I will send you a version that you can blow up and make bigger and look at details and stuff. And then I will send that to you. Quite a few people in here have gotten rounds from me. Some of them have gotten multiple rounds. If I have packages to send, like on the donator prize or donator, like tonight, Michael Erickson, you know, it'll be more than fits in an envelope. Excuse me. I send that out in a black bubble mailer, and I use pirate ship, and it saves me quite a bit of money. It doesn't cost anything to use pirate ship. So if you are sending like packages that are more than an envelope or an ounce or two, definitely check out pirate ship, and it saves quite a bit of money. Like when I sent, I think it was New Marshall, he had a couple different hunts that he did, and it was going to resume entries for just a slight bit more. 11, 12 rolls. Sending it regular Grand Advantage or whatever it is saved me, by using pirate ship, about, I think, $5, $6, something like that. Same thing with even going to Canada. You can do it through that way. So I've been looking for one more for BH Ringer, and I think I found that tonight. I'll double check it. And if so, I'm going to close entries. Let Scott get in. If you haven't gotten in, you can do exclamation GAW. If you haven't seen your name pop up, I've seen 16 names: Michael Erickson, Michael Martin, VMC, Coin Cody, Chris Helms, KJ, JC Likes Pam, Jimmy Lucari, Smoker, excuse me, Jim Thompson, New Marshall, Garrett, BH, Wild, Scott, and Keith M. So I think that's pretty much probably everybody. So let's go over to this one. Close entries. As usual, you know what I'm going to say. We're going to pick a winner, not our nose. Coin Cody. Congratulations. If you need an updated thing, I can get that sent to you. The names, we're going to throw in the stop signs. I'm assuming everybody's got theirs in. Should have had at least enough time. And let's see who it is. It is a Denver Mint Mark, 1954. So it looks like Keith M got it exactly on. Anybody else besides Keith? I think just Keith M. Congratulations. You're up to 7 from the 50s, 3 from the 40s, 1 from the 30s. So yeah, I did update that coin list. I think there was one that was the last one, so I took it off, if I remember right. Like I said, if there's one that it's the last one, I try to update it and take it off. 11 rolls left. Dad Hunts Coins, if it's okay with you, bud, when you're done, pack it all up and give it away. Okay. Including your coin pack. Because I can send that to you separate if you'd like. everything, and thank you for the hunt. All right. So we will do that at the end of the night. We'll do the end of stream will be the Michael Erickson hunt, giving everything, including a coin pack, away. Hey, Tim Ivans. That's very generous of you, Michael. Been greatly appreciated on the channel. If it ends up in Canada, I'll send some extra for shipping, DHC. No, not a problem. If it ends up in Canada, I can just, if BH wins it, I can just add it to his and just go up the next tier. Yeah, definitely check out Pirate Ship. It saves a ton of money. So if you're sending something that's not going to fit in an envelope, it goes by every 4 ounces. So up to 4 ounces is one price. Then they add the next thing, which is up to 8 ounces, and then up to 12 ounces, and then up to a pound. And that is a lot cheaper. Hopefully we'll find some more stuff. Just a second here. Limit 8. Why am I not finding it? There we go. Send that to you, Cody. Did you get that last one I sent? I can't remember if it was recent or if it was, might have been a little bit ago, but I think it was you that had your mom email me, if I remember right. So I did get her email on that one. So I will assume that it is correct. Or still good to do that. Hey, JC Likes Pam, welcome. Okay. I think it, can't remember when I sent it out, but I'm assuming it probably hadn't. Like I said, I'm assuming your mom will be okay with me sending another one. But I will confirm with her, unless she sends me one. I'll just send her an email and just say that you won, and I'm going to be sending it to you. Just like giving kind of a heads up so that everything stays kosher. Yeah, it seemed like she was completely fine with it. So, like I said, I'll send a thing just saying you're a lucky kid and you won again. Good evening. Let's finish up the guessing on that one. Third one of the night. 2009. Número 3. Get your guesses in. Here we go. It is a Philadelphia. 46. So another 40s. Who was it? Oh, Keith M got it exactly on. Let's get him on the wheel. Anybody else with 46? Just that, as far as I can see. 10 or 3 years off, or dead on. I know a lot of times, like on B. Waller's channel, I'll guess, and sometimes it's like I cannot guess for crap that night, and other times it's like I'm just bam bam. Gatita is the one that was always getting it exactly on, like half the night. Gatita was always on the get the name on there. If I was at the level to do super chats and stuff, one of the things he does is if someone does a super chat and they put, you know, something, you know, like they just type some weird thing in. If it's like $2 super chat, the first two that type that in get in. If it's like a $5 super chat or something, and the first 5 people get in. I just found a 34p Buffalo. Awesome. So it's kind of funny to see some of the stuff that people type to have people type it in. So he does that, and then those people get their name on the wheel. Am I supposed to email you the round I want, or is that just at the end of the stream? Nope, you can email me anytime you have decided which one you want. And it's one of those that if I only had one and 2 people wanted it, I would give it to whoever emailed first, and then I'd let the other person know, hey, that one's already gone, sorry. So, yep. Hopefully I made it a little easier for you this time with I wouldn't be able to do this because I'd be lost trying to sort my coins, just trying to talk with others that like coins. It takes a little bit of a practice to kind of look at chat and coins also. A lot of that is help with moderators. Those are the people in blue. I'm sure you guys already know. But they are people that are on the channel that I've got to know either over the years or have supported. And they help out and they help keep me straight, especially when I do coin guesses and then forget to check who won. So if you have a channel, you definitely want to get some people that are there that support you and watch. Five more rolls. KJ is great at putting the put the year up thing when I get my box up there so that it starts focusing. And Michael Erickson's good at getting the stop signs in. That was probably Cody. We're 11. Yep. I'm pretty sure I've got that. Let me just double check while I'm sitting right here. You see, I've got a whole box of stuff. Some of them I have got many duplicates of, some of them I don't. Oops. So this is one that Strength, Freedom, Pride. Bald eagle with the American flag on the back. I've liked this one. That's a very good one. So there you go. I think someone had chosen that one once, and then I ended up getting another one, so it went back on the thing. And that is a 1 ounce copper round, so it is about, I mean, you can tell the difference compared to a nickel. It's about the size of a like a 1 ounce round, obviously. I'm thinking of adding another option on my copper round sheet and give the option of, I have a 5 ounce one of those. I don't need to pause auction, went for 40 bucks. Wow. I have a few that are bigger than 1 ounce, like my Aztec calendars. I have a bunch of different sizes, especially in silver. I think I have a 5 ounce of that, like a 1 ounce, 2 ounce. In copper, I know I have at least a 1 and a 2 ounce, the Aztec calendar. But I'm thinking adding an option of like some kind of coins, like a V nickel, buffalo nickel, or maybe like a Indian head penny or something like that for people that don't want copper. I don't know what you guys think of that. I know most people like getting the copper ones, but I do know that there are some people that just don't care about copper, so thinking about giving that extra option, like a V and a buffalo. Like I said, an Indian head, or if there's some other coin that combination, that sort of thing. I'm always open to suggestions and ideas. £1 copper bars ain't bad on price, or maybe a 65 to 70 half, 40%er. That would be good. That would be quite a bit of money by the time I do that and pay for shipping. Because even on boxes like this, any kind of like profit, I guess you would say, is basically turned around and given away with mailing, and the copper rounds and that sort of thing. So I'm not doing it to get rich right now. I'm just doing it to get hours and grow my base and get up to where, if people want, maybe do a auction a coin or two. I have a ton of barber half dollars. And I'd always start those at basically what I bought them for. Actually, I probably started at $5 more than I got it for, which would cover my cost of getting it and the cost of sending it and the cost of processing the either PayPal, Cash App, or PayPal. Want to get rid of them? Yep. Price you got them? I don't want to get rid of them. I mean, I bought them to have. But I do have extras that are not needed for my collection. I did buy one more on APMEX had one I'd been looking for. They finally got one in stock. And so I had done an alert me thing. And so they sent it and it was, hey, this is in stock. So I was like, sweet. So I hurried and bought it. So now I'm down to just 3 left I need. One of them's like $300 something just for a G4. So all mine are, in my book, are G4s or better. Which is dope, but you know, everyone likes old coins to go through. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm open to, you know, even selling a couple of them or something. Like I said, I got a bunch of them. Some of my one on Pause channel for the AFSP. Last roll. Not all of them are G4 of my extras, but they do have the dates, and some of them have mint marks. None of the key dates, obviously. Got a second one to guess after this one. It's one of those things I've just kind of been accumulating stuff, and it's like I don't need tons of duplicates of the same thing anymore. Part of it is I bought all those on AFSP to, support pause auction. I didn't really need them. I also bought those large cents. It's like, was planning on buying those, but I ended up doing that. So the box is done. This one is not a mint mark. Oh. Ow. It is a 48 out of Philly, so it is not the 48S. That would have been a key date, or a semi-key date. Let's do number 2 there. Michael Erickson got exactly on at 48. Was it Chris also? Oh, yep, there it is. It was stuck in between. It was like off to the side and I didn't see it. So I got Michael and Chris on that one. I don't even remember what year this is. I don't even have a clue. It does have a mint mark, it looks like. Not flipping it yet, just looking. Yep. It is a Denver mint mark, not just a piece of gunk. Give everybody about 15 more seconds. Maybe 5 more. There we go. Erickson's got it. It is a 52 Denver. Well, we got at least one there. I saw Chris again. And JC Likes Pam got it. Hey, AG. You got your rounds sent out in the mail today, I believe it was. Not a big deal. It's a great name, by the way, that you have. Let's see what we have on our scope for any D over Ds. You got here towards the end. That's good though. It's that time again. All right. All right, Jim. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you watching. You'll have to check and see if you win, because you were on the wheel. Not a ton of those tonight. So let's see what we had again. We had 52, a 54, a 58, a 54, 57, 54, 59, 59. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the 50s. The 40s ended up doing decent after that being behind. We got 2 41s, 2 46s, and a 48. So we got 5 from the 40s. 1 from the 30s. And 3 2009s. One of them's not super great. At least 2 of them are decent. So a total of 17 finds. Not super great, not super bad. Now this is going to be from Michael Erickson. Said that it is to be given away. Let's get our wheel of names. So go ahead and type in wheel. Oh, got to get that too. 39. Let's see. Let's get those in. KJ in Ohio had 39. Quayne Cody had 39. VMC had 39. I think those 3. Thank you for reminding me. So the wheels, we got New Marshall, Chris Holmes, yeah, cannot type tonight. VMC, we got D.A. Triner. Let's not put them on each other's lines. KJ in Ohio. Up at AG. So let me just go back to where we started. So I had New Marshall, Chris Helms, VMC, BH Ringer, KJ in Ohio, AG, Garrett, Keith, Wild, Chevelle, JC, Smoker, Mark, Jimmy, Michael Erickson, and Coin Cody. Vincent. On a second thought, don't type it. You're lowering my odds. Yeah, sorry. All right, anybody else? I'm going to shuffle it a bunch of times and then spin randomly. And Michael Erickson won. So the bank robber, and add it to the God sign. Alrighty. Come on. So we are adding the bank robber, colorized one. There you go. That goes in with the God tonight. You're also getting that coin pack, which is a V nickel, 2 dated Buffalo nickels, a war nickel, and an AU war nickel. And my channel sticker, a pen, bottle, keychain, cap opener. So all that is from Michael Erickson's donating all that. So his coin pack, all of his fines, the 1 ounce round, and that. Yeah, I appreciate you, Michael. You've been very supportive of me. All right, so let's do the end of stream for that one. Exclamation GAW will get you in on that. Just waiting to put all these in here so that I can write the person's name on it. Let's see, I've already got the bubble mailer out. If you need help with shipping, let me know. No, it's not a problem at all. It'll be around $5, and I factor shipping into my costs of the box. So when I sell one for $25, after I do my cost of coin pack, and then of course any fines, usually about $1 worth of fines, face value, and then shipping, I make a couple bucks, and then I give that away with 25 likes and wheels and that sort of thing. So like I said, not doing it to really make money right now, just getting my hours. Until then, I'm not worried about it. It's more of a hobby anyway. If I was trying to make money, I'd be doing a lot more than one or two things now and then. So yes, Michael's been very great to this channel. If anybody wants their own nickel hunt, I do have opening for Thursday. The first person that I get will be first in line. For a while there, I had a little bit of a backlog because of the AFSP ones, but I've gotten those taken care of now. It'll probably end at like 1 second again, which it did, so I'm going to resume. New Marshall says take Thursday. Okay. Luckily, I have a few nickel boxes in stock, so I've got a couple weeks worth. I think I've got this week, next week, and I think I've got 2 more after that. So I think I've got 2 weeks worth. Yeah, I've appreciate all of you there. I'm going to close it, give you about 5 seconds to get your last GA. I'm sure everybody here has already entered. Yeah, not a problem, Michael. Like I said, I've got that taken care of. So when you add the 1 ounce bar in, it usually only moves it up a few cents anyway. So all right, we'll get Mark in, and as soon as I see his, I will close the entry. Right now I've got AG, Chris Helms, Vincent, Jimmy, Wild, VMC, New Marshall, Shellbell, Coin Cody, Keith M, Renee and me. Welcome. You must have snuck in. Garrett, KJ, JC, Smoker, BH, and Mark Lester. So that's what I show. I'm going to close the entries. And as usual, you can say it with me. Pick a winner, not our nose. Wild, you won. Wow, that is good haul there. So send me a email just confirming your win. Let me throw that in a little baggie. I don't know where my little ones went. Oh, here they are. I got them out right in front of me and I didn't even see it. So I'm just putting that in a baggie just to keep it from getting banged up as much. Just have the Mike E. Yes, awesome. So there you are. You got the V nickel, 2 dated buffalo nickels, a war nickel, and an AU war nickel. You also have all those fines and a 1 ounce copper round. And I got your email there. I'm going to guess this is 6, between 5 and 6. Oops. Let's put it on ounces. 6.2. That was pretty close. So I have them set up so that it's a small, a medium, and a large. Small is up to 4 ounces, medium is up to 8, and a large is up to 12. Yes. So I got your email. I'll get that in the mail tomorrow. Just going back through some of them I might have missed. That was one of those, I was never posting any videos or anything, and I was, I don't know, 40 or 50 subs, and I hadn't even posted anything yet. Then I started. You're welcome, Jimmy. I appreciate you stopping in. Thank you, Michael. Again, like I said, you've been very supportive. I appreciate it. I got Wild's email. Hopefully, as I get bigger, I'll be able to do some more stuff. If you want, I can open a box of dimes if you just want to hang out and chat for a bit, because I've got a couple boxes of those. And I've got coin codies I've got to send out, and I got Wilds to send out. Got my seat at the restaurant celebrating the end of the project with Modella for filet steak, twice baked potatoes. And if there's room, cheesecake. Yeah, it might explain things. Well, hopefully you get that. That sounds very yummy. Not a drinker, so I would be doing like a diet, some kind of diet drink. I did get a couple new things in. Just got a few of them just to test them out, but a Dad Hunt's coin koozie. And then my canvas bags. Same kind of thing I've been using. These are actually quite thick, which is nice. Got my logo on that. So decided to maybe try some of those out. I guess if people are interested, I can always sell them, but like I said, I only got a few to play around with it. So like I said, if you want to hang out and watch some Ed searching dimes, you're welcome to. The bank had begged me to get rid of them. They're like, please take them. I'm like, okay, how many? And they said, take 4. So after this one, I'll still have 1 more. Never found an ender on a dime. Don't see anything super great on that. Dibs on any silver. I'll tell you what, Michael, if I get any of yours, my dimes have been, actually I know they're not great, but I know. My dimes, I am averaging 0.2 silvers. 0.1 foreign. I'm here all night. I have tomorrow off for Veterans Day. Awesome. I was going to send those out in the mail tomorrow, but like someone said, the post office is probably closed. And like I said, I was at the hospital. We're still open, so I wasn't even thinking about that. So I will get these in the mail on Monday, or Wednesday. I was going to go dump some coin tomorrow, but that's out of the question too. Might have to throw some of these in one of my other bags, because I have 2 boxes of nickels, a handful of halves, and now a box of dimes that's going in it. Tonight we got a box of pennies today, so I'm going to search them tomorrow. Awesome. KJ was kind enough to send a package for my daughter. Sounds like there'll be some leafies. She'll be excited for that. Tonight it looks like we had a total of 195 people that have come through. Some stayed, obviously, some didn't. Every little bit goes along, and I had a few people say that they found my channel and enjoyed it. It must have been just through scrolling or something. You should have points. If not, please tag me so I can see it. Over under on coin explosion. Good question. Pretty sad when you only get 1 dime out of every 5 boxes and 1 foreign out of every 10 boxes. I used to be a lot better than that. I was usually averaging about 1 dime every other box and usually about 1 foreign every box. But I haven't been doing dimes much lately this year because they haven't been great. It's a nice green one. It's probably nothing. 88. Well, you did have a coin explosion. Well, how many do you think? You probably heard it. It was only 1. And the one that tried to jump away was a 2005 Denver. So I don't know if you'd consider that an explosion with only 1. You don't hold them like most do by the side, so you probably fare well without dropping. Yeah, I was going to say, I see some people like hold them like clear out. I tend to put them in my hand and kind of do that just because I've had them explode on me. The most time I have them explode is when I'm ripping the ends off. I'll be ripping it and it like bends and pops a bunch out. Yeah, usually when I'm going like this and my finger's behind it, and that's when usually it kind of goes. I've never really searched through dimes. I searched, a little bit, but usually I just edge search dimes. There's very few to look for, except for the, what was it? One that's a W and one that is something else. There's only a couple of them. I think my favorite are probably nickels and halves. If I'm doing pennies with my daughter, then I like them. Yeah, there's one of them that's a W. I can't remember. I wanted to say it was like 95, but I do not remember. I have it, but I can pull it up easier this way. Uh, 96 is WNIFC. I probably stab myself more than I do have coin explosions. I'll definitely have to check out and see about getting that new. Obviously, I have to talk to the doc, but see about getting that new kind, that new prescription. Because even if it's, I had Top Pop W graded for a while, but someone offered me the do not sell price for about it a year ago. I probably have some I need to get graded, like some varieties and stuff. There's some that it's like it's not worth grading. You know, like on some of them, it's like even if it came back at a 50 or something, you're not going to make your money back from grading. I've never sent one in for grading, but there's probably a few I could. My problem is I don't want to do a whole subscription stuff just to send a handful in. Found a quarter, a 65 quarter, I think, is that double die. Good night, Cody. Like I said, I'll get that in the mail on Wednesday since post office is going to be closed tomorrow, I believe. Take care. Hopefully you have some good hunts. Whoa. No, it's not on top. I'm not going to go digging for a dime. My knife slipped off this one and went straight into my finger, but luckily, must have been at the right angle, it didn't cut it. That reminds me, I still got to run over to my mom's. It's nice where I live. I live in their townhouses. I only rent because I can't afford to buy anything around here. But right across the street is where the older houses used to be, you know, from the 70s and 80s. So my mom lives right across the street, so it's nice when the kids are here. They can run over to Grandma and Grandpa's. Or if Mom has something, like she's going to give me some stuff. She has some extra almond milk she's not going to use. Told me to come get it. And I use that in the morning. I do almond milk with my protein powder and blueberry flavoring and some like Benefiber. Just because there's so much. I put 2 scoops of protein, which is 50 grams. And it's, of course, unsweetened almond milk, and then I use a sugar-free, like there's no sugar, it's a like a non-sweetened protein powder, just vanilla, and then a sugar-free blueberry flavoring. So I'll put about 16 ounces of blueberry or almond milk in, put my 2 scoops of protein powder, put a scoop of fiber in, put 3 pumps of my blueberry flavoring, and then I put it like kind of a magic bullet type thing, blend it up, make sure it's all good, because sometimes if you don't mix it well. Like if you just hand shake it, it can get a little clumpy because of the fiber, not because of the protein powder. And then I pour it into my container, and then I top it off with almond. I pour another 6 ounces almond milk in my thing I blenderized it with, just to get all the extra residue. Good night, Michael. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. And then, so it kind of rinses out all the little bit extra there. And so it ends up being about 22, 24 ounces. And that's what I have for breakfast. Then I take it to work. I drink it in the morning, and usually I'm by about 9:30 I'm done with it. So I usually end up having an energy drink, of course sugar-free. Yeah, I just figured I've got a little bit of extra time before the kids called. And I've got extra dimes. I need to get them back to the bank. They've been sitting there since September 19th. So it's one of those things that, hey, Jimmy got 3 money bags. He's rich. Dad hunts coins. I hit the money bags. Yep. Saw that, but you didn't gamble a lot. It's the last roll. And as usual, rip the sides off. And that goes in my box. I have to head out for the night, unfortunately. Also, thank you so much for the show, as always. I'll see you Thursday night. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. Yes, thank you. And I'll get that, like I said, in the mail on Wednesday. Maybe I'll wait until Thursday, just in case if you win something else. Since it's already a package going, I'll probably do that, and I'll send it out Friday. So, it's stupid that I have to unplug my microscope and then plug it back in to be able to turn it off, because it connects to the computer weird. I've got new Marshall on Thursday. I've got a couple boxes, like I said, so I've got ready. So if you want your own box, you can get your no frills or regular, like it was tonight. So that's about it. All right. Now I've got like 2-3 bags of coins. Don't push the fun. Alrighty, well, I appreciate you guys. We will see you Thursday, 5:30 Mountain. Hopefully we'll have some more fun. You're welcome. And like I said, I'll probably wait until Friday just in case if you win anything else, since you seem to be kind of winning lately. And then I'll just send it out Friday. So I'm thinking about just kind of doing shipping once a week just because of that. So a lot of people are winning multiple times. So if you haven't checked out Pause Spare Time, go do that. He's got a great channel. That's where a lot of my stuff has come from, is winning stuff from him, buying auctions. But yeah, there you go. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a nice night. Take care. Good day tomorrow, being Veterans Day. If you are a veteran, thank you. My brother served in the Army. I only did ROTC, so that doesn't count to me. So if you are a veteran, thank you very much. All right. We will see you. Good night.